Hello, everybody. Hello out there, my sweet milkers. Welcome back to Tres Leches. Yes, we are here. We are queer. We are very sincere. I am Juan Torres-Falcon, one of your co-hosts. I am joined by the illustrious Ianla Van Paget.
Why,
Ian
thank
Paget.
you. Hello, darling.
Oh, hello. Welcome back.
It's lovely to see you. I'm
How
so
you
happy
doing?
to be here.
Oh, and who's that little brown boy? That little precious moment with those big brown eyes.
And that
Looking
smile.
like a doll from It's a Small World. There he is. Jonathan Sibley.
Hello.
How are you, Johnny?
I'm great. I love that I look like a character from It's a Small World.
You do.
What country?
You do.
Mexico?
You just got those big brown eyes. You could be from a lot of countries.
Oh,
I
see,
You could be
because
from Panama. You could be from Dominican Republic. You could be from French Polynesia. As in doll form, I'd buy a lot. You're ethnically ambiguous.
Or in Brooklyn, I get a lot of, are you Jewish?
You see? Well, I'm so happy to be with you both.
I'm so happy to be here too.
So last night, the chat,
Jesus,
the chat
oh my
was
God.
lit.
Don't join in on the more glee. It was so like, right.
Right.
Thank you, Johnny, for allowing that. Like, sometimes I'm like, is Johnny not going to say anything? But he's like, no, he's just watching a train wreck happen. And he's just like, I'm going to let that go to copy. We going to let that go to production. I don't know why I'm turning into whoever. Sorry, I'll just start us off with a fun little boop, boop, boop. But guys, I just finished coming back from interviewing some of the cast from Downton Abbey. And
Oh my God, Maggie Smith?
No.
I'm just
I
kidding.
know,
R.I.P.
I know.
R.I.P. Queen.
R.I.P. Queen, but I
R.I.P.
will
Queen.
show you, I will share a fun
We
little
can talk to
story.
her whenever we want.
We sure can. I pray to her
Yeah.
in my faith and religion. There's such a religion thing happening right now. But you know what really is my religion? Downton. Last night, I saw it for the second time. It's so good. You guys go see it. Like, if it's in movies in Podunk, Austin, place I'm moving to in a month. Yeah, exactly. But really, you should go see it. And I had such a good time. I was really nervous because, you know, it's like Hugh Bonneville from Notting Hill. You know, and then Joanne first, such familiarity, and then Alan Leach, just because I can't really remember her last name, but she plays Anna, and then Alan plays Tom Branson, and they were so lovely, and it went really well, and I got good feedback after, which, you know, makes this little...
She loves good feedback.
Well, you know, a little brown, tan gay boy.
Allegedly.
That is good for you. You know, it's how we learn to feel loved. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did I miss the white memo? You're both wearing white.
Well, we are in America.
I think you might have missed it.
Turn the wigs around.
Turn the wigs around.
I kind of like that you're just your Aquarius is
You're
shining
blue.
through. Yeah.
My 27 plus club shirt.
That is God.
No longer available. It was a capsule collection, everyone. If you didn't get one when you needed to, you don't
Hey,
have
listen,
one now.
it could come back. It
Good.
Christmas time is just around
Like
the corner.
gonorrhea, it is never
So-
fully gone. Sorry.
How would you know that?
No.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
syphilis, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. I've only read about these
Yeah.
in the books.
Right.
Yeah.
It was
It
not
was
crispy.
crispy indeed.
Email from your doctor.
The paper, Chris.
What did you say, Johnny?
I said it was crispy indeed.
I was like,
Yeah,
it was certainly
Oh,
not.
God.
Oh my goodness.
So our group chat was a little bit lit last night because, well, as I think most American group chats are lit right now because
days.
of the new documentary, Undercover, honey. Undercover.
There's more.
Which is,
It's such a
what is
long
it called
title.
Exactly.
Is it called Undercover? I thought it was The Unknown Caller.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Undercover Unknown Caller.
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's like a long run-on sentence after, isn't it?
Oh, probably.
Oh, hold on.
Which I usually approve of. I do be liking more words to explain what it is you mean. Unknown caller.
Wait, it is called Unknown. It's because the group chats across America are lit because of Netflix's new documentary, Unknown Number, the high school catfish. Oh.
God.
So, what?
I'm thinking of catfishing.
What was that, God?
Just like, I thought, has that ever happened to me? And I was like, actually, someone was like, hey, they're using your photos on Grindr, like, to catfish people. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, you do?
I was like, actually, fierce. Okay, work. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I might not be on a TV show yet, but I'm getting catfished on Grindr.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's a compliment. That's a compliment.
Absolutely.
No one's
Anyway.
Yeah, no one's trying to be me.
That
well,
you know of.
In other ways. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true. So,
Please.
for those of you who haven't watched, it tells the story of a girl in Michigan. I think it's Beale, Michigan. She's just a 13-year-old when the whole ordeal begins. Lauren Licari and her boyfriend Owen, who is so adorable. Has there ever been a cuter boyfriend than Owen? And a couple, Owen and Lauren, they are just the dream of the American dream, the old-fashioned American dream that no longer exists. And so Lauren and Owen are just going about their lives, and all of a sudden they start getting the most deranged text messages ever sent to a human in the history of the world. And they're strange because they feel like they were written by an alien who was told about how to stalk someone as an American teenager who's then doing it. The text messages are strange. They're not
very strange.
It's not the way teenagers talk. So that's your first clue.
And there's a lot of the text messages are it seems in the beginning of the documentary are being used to split up Owen and Lauren because they are the perfect couple at school. So a lot of the fingers are pointing at the other kids at school, like who would be so jealous to say things like, he doesn't even fucking like you. He wants to fuck me and my pussy after school. Something to that, which
literally that.
Like young,
your anorexic ass, flat ass.
Yeah, you have no ass. You're a piece of shit. Kill yourself. Stuff like that usually other 12, 13-year-olds don't say unless you live in Miami-Dade County, of course. So, chaos ensues. It's I think a 22-month chase for the texter, the
no more,
unknown
no less.
caller, the catfisher. And boy, oh boy, when we find out who it is all along, it was Agatha all along.
It was
Christy?
Agatha all along. Yeah.
The bitch looks like her name could have been Agatha, no shade.
Yes. So essentially, if you don't want a spoiler, skip 15 seconds. But the entire time, we go through all the different people who it might have been, right? The friends that this girl, the really popular brunette, of course, because Lauren is blonde. So, of course, her foil has to be a brunette.
Right.
Who doesn't really like her and has kind of a crush on Owen and the whole thing. So there's so many suspects, normal suspects who you'd think could have done it. But it turns out the whole time it was Lauren's mother.
The whole time?
The phone call.
The whole time.
The phone call was literally coming
from inside
the house. From your mother's, from the primary bedroom. I almost said the master bedroom. It was coming from the primary bedroom, by the way.
Correct. And she was technically the foil of the young blonde was a brunette after all. She was just much older.
That's crazy.
Oh, a woman played by Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
She does look like Sid the Sloth.
Oh my god! Wait,
she does.
Okay, so just to be listeners and I haven't seen it yet.
Of course, you haven't seen it.
I know.
What do you mean?
You guys, I was prepping for my Downton Abbey interview.
What do you do during the day? Do you just put your legs up in the air and stare at your hole in the mirror? Like, what goes on in your day?
It's funny you ask that because sometimes when you guys talk and share feedback around the content you're inhaling, I'm sitting on my side going like, what the fuck are they doing? I know one of them for sure has a 9 to 5, and then the other one I know just moved, so I'm giving him some leeway. But like, literally, how do you find the time? Like, I'm present. I'm like working on my mind.
She's meditating for 24 hours.
No, but like I too have the same question, like, what am I doing that I'm not able to consume? But
Do you ever sit down on the couch
I
and
think you're
like,
allotting for
look,
more peace.
Yeah, do you like, because I was just thumbing through Netflix as I do, and I go through the top 10 because God knows I don't have enough time to look through the whole list.
Yeah.
And I saw this, and I love a documentary, so I was like, oh, what the, and I also had seen on Twitter or somewhere threads that someone said this unknown caller whatever documentary is wild. So that was already in my head. I'm scanning Netflix and I see unknown caller or whatever the hell it's called. And I'm like, oh, that's someone said that was a crazy thing. Maybe we need to watch that. It's an hour and 30 minutes. That's not bad. Do you do that? Or you just...
Yeah, no, I'm fully aware of how like a television works and how you're scrolling and you're like, oh,
no, I'm saying, but like, do you do that? Do you ever sit at home? I don't know, Ian. Do you ever sit at home and you're just like, I'm bored. I wonder what's on Netflix.
You know, I tend to watch things I've watched before.
Yes,
or
that was the answer I was looking for. Okay.
I tend to watch things I've watched before, and I learned this like when I was in Bolinas with Mario. Like those kind of views are, you know, you're just so lucky you have a boyfriend to be able to like enjoy that with, because it's just so much more fun to be with your partner or just like someone in the room. But when you're flying solo and you're alone, you're just like, I'm just gonna pass the time by myself. So I want something easy to watch that I've watched with a past self, which is kind of like being with someone. So it's my way of being on a date with me, an old version of me, but I bring them into my present.
So you can't watch new stuff because it's going to remind you that you're alone?
Because I'm a sick person in here.
She's like, I can't watch this because what if I get a boyfriend and then what are we going to watch?
Oh yeah, exactly. I thought she liked being single.
I know. By the way, I don't not like being single. I like being single. I like being single more than I think I'd like being not single.
Are you usually out in the street more often than being
But
at
I
home
do,
watching
yes.
TV?
Like I don't know. I feel like when I have a chance to sit on the couch, I just kind of, right now I'm rewatching, I can't believe I'm going to say it. And by retry, I never watched it fully, but Ally McBeal, really good, by the way. Pilot episode.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's important to do.
The
Yeah.
classics.
I was like sitting, I'm like,
Classics.
what'd you say?
The classics.
But yeah, and I was like, oh, I've never seen
MASH.
this before. Yeah. And she's just, by the way, I'm like, is she me? It's funny we're talking about this, but I was watching and I go, oh my God, Callista Flockhart, I'm LOL to the 7 listeners, but she was kind of the original Carrie. Her neuroticism and like her sort of aliveness on screen and her quirkiness, I'm like, oh, like she, to me, she, walked so that Carrie Bradshaw could literally run in heels. And I'll die on that hill. I need to keep watching to really explain. But I was like, oh, I believe that came first. And sort of this,
What streaming service is Ally McBeal on?
Hulu.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's Hulu.
Hulu.
But anyway, we're off tangent, but it's about me, so I don't mind. But
Yes.
I'm a selfless person, so I want to bring it back to what we were really talking about. I just want to get that curl. I really am Elise Elliott.
So we were talking about our dear Kendra, Sid the Sloth.
Yeah. Huh?
Right.
Okay, so this story is obviously it's titillating because it's so outrageous. I love it for so many reasons because
Sorry, I thought you were going to say this story like hits so close to home. I thought you were going to go somewhere like that.
oh no, I wish. This is something that I wish. Could you imagine? Actually, no. But
Although,
although, so when I was a kid, I have always been aware of something that is just something. It's just like a sixth, a seventh sense. I have had a seventh sense about something, and it's that not all. Like even when I was a little kid, I was like, there are parents that are evil. I just knew that. And my mom is such a sweet, kind, like wholehearted woman. I think she's no Pollyanna, but my mom really believes that like parents love their kids. Like,
Right.
like most parents love their kids. I said this on the podcast before, and I actually don't think that is the case. I don't think that most parents love their kids. I think a lot of parents love their kids. I think a lot of parents hate their children. And I think a lot of parents who you think love their children really hate their children. They act like it looks like love. It acts like love. They put them to college. It's a loving, happy, healthy home, but there's a lot of not love there. I think that the relationship between parent and child is much more dynamic than we think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always seen that, especially between the mother and the daughter. I went to elementary school and high school with parents who I know when I looked at them and I was 12 years old, because I'm a witch, I could sense the evil in the eye that they looked at their child with. So this documentary speaks to me because it affirms that I've been right the whole time.
Right.
I like that feeling.
But truly, I find the darkness with which she operated. The mother, Kendra is her name, Kendra Lasari. The Lakari. The way that Kendra operated, she was so ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
Using details from things that had happened that day. Talking about the what someone wore that her daughter would have seen, to really get into her head, to think like, wow, someone is really watching me. And using the trust that is built through breastfeeding and changing diapers, the trust that is earned through cleaning up scraped and bloody knees, through the meals, through Christmases, the trust that a mother earns from her child, to use that against, is to me the most diabolical thing I have ever heard. Mm-hmm. It is electric chair worthy. Electric chair worthy. Electric chair. I think we give out the electric chair for the wrong things. We give out, like, people do things out of passion, and it's not worthy of the electric chair. This is worth the electric chair. Worth it. This mother should not be allowed to be a mother anymore. She should be allowed to be alive. It is so horrendous what she did to this community. And
so what I know I'm jumping here, but like, so what has happened since we found out it was her? Like, what is her punishment?
Well, she went to jail for
stalking a minor.
Yeah, but she's out. She's back out. Yeah. She's probably under probation. She hasn't spoken to her daughter in a year. They won't allow her to, and I think that's for the best. But the daughter is still got a little Stockholm syndrome. She's still a little shell-shocked, a little, I love my mother so much. Like, she, when the cop tells they have footage of the cop telling the daughter for the first time that it was her mother, and she is unmoved. She is just, her mom hugs her, which, if you know anything about like social work, like, that woman needed to be as far away from that girl as possible when she found out.
They told her with her mom in the room?
In the room. The mother is hugging her, basically to show, like, if you're like studying this kind of stuff, it's like she's still manipulating her in that moment by even hugging her and touching her. The father comes home. They tell the father in front of the daughter and the mom.
¿Y qué pasa?
So you'll have to wait and see. You'll have to watch.
Yeah.
But it is great TV. I mean, it is disgusting and vile, but it's also, it's
fabulous.
It's fabulous. I don't know about you, Juan, but the whole time I was like, well, you already knew the story because you work in news. But I was watching and I was like, it's got to be a teacher. It's got to be a teacher. They're not showing the teacher. They're showing all the people that it cannot be.
Right.
And
they're like
all
saving
of a sudden,
it.
they're going to show someone, and no, they showed the person that was participating in this documentary since the very beginning frames. So you're just you're shocked, even more shocked, because you're like, wait, so this bitch has been talking about it the whole time she's guilty? Anyway.
And it speaks to her delusion, because she's talking about it as if someone else did it.
Correct.
And that's also in the editing, but
sure.
They asked her to answer the questions in a way so that, it's a documentary, not a deposition. You know what I mean? Like they were able to structure it in a way so that she is answering as to not let us know that what is the ending at the beginning.
Right. And it's crazy because, if you go on Black Twitter or, Black Twitter adjacent, everyone's like, this is definitely some white people shit, because my mom would have been rolled up at that bitch's house and really let her have it from knee to navel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she would have fucked her up.
Who would have?
Yeah, wait.
A black mother. If it was a black mother that was Owen's mom.
Oh, okay, because the other mother. The other mother is involved.
Also, that's the thing, Ian. You don't know this, but this mother that was sending these text messages was playing the part of looking for who was doing this along with the other mother that it was happening to their child. So they're working on this case together every single day, going to the school, having meetings with the principals, acting. And then this woman, the other mom, finds out it's been the girl that's been helping you this whole time.
May I ask, why do you think she did it, Johnny? Why do you think the mother did it? I know my answer, but I'll let you go first.
I want to say, I don't know that this woman is evil. I think that she is not well in the attic. You know what I mean? I feel like the house is definitely haunted.
For sure.
Her home. When her sister came on screen and talked about how she always needed attention, the attention had to be on her at all times. I did see like that same mother trope of like when the kid is born, then they're not important all of a sudden, so they have to find a way to become important again. The same thing with like what's her name? The one that her mother was killed by the boyfriend by proxy.
Oh, Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Yes.
Not Gypsy Rose. Is that her name?
I think it is. Blanchard is the one from Hulu. Rose Lee is the one from Broadway.
Yes, exactly.
No, but it's kind of like that same kind of cuckoo mom thing, you know?
Yeah. I think we're essentially saying the same thing. I think that part of it is that, as to my point earlier, I think that there are mothers who hate their daughters and hate their sons. I think there are fathers who hate their daughters and hate their sons. I think that she resented that her daughter was beautiful because both she and the husband, both the parents, Sid the Sloth and fucking Shrek. I mean, just the ugliest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my whole life, both of them. So I think that the mother was really envious of the daughter's beauty, of her fairy tale Taylor Swift high school romance. And she liked the attention of what it did to the family. Even though the attention was not directly on her because she was not technically the victim, she was the mother of the victim. And so the attention was on her in a grander way. And I think that was essentially it. But I'm sort of surprised that people did not know this story already. Because even though I do work in news, so I do know a little bit more about these things than the average bear, there was a Lifetime movie called Mommy Meanest from 2024, not that long ago, starring the Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. No, honey, daytime television's Lisa Rinna. Harry Hamlin's Lisa Rinna as Kendra Lakari, as the mother. And I have to tell you, it adds this whole other, it's more fun. Obviously, the televised Lifetime version is so much more fun for so many reasons, but because Lisa is, I love this word in Spanish, vistosa. She's so much to look at. She's beautiful and exotic and strange. They tried to make her look as plain Jane Jennifer as possible, and she is still, it's crazy. You can't hide it. She's just
definitely
so
not
Hollywood.
Kendra Lakari looking. That's for sure.
No,
She's
she is
Hollywood,
not.
Hollywoodified.
And so, she is Hollywoodified. And so they have her working at the school. She works at the school. That's part of how they've dramatized it for Lifetime.
Okay.
She works
But
at the
Kendra
school.
worked at the school as well. She was
That's right.
She was a coach.
She did work at the school. That's
Wow,
right.
wow,
She
that's
did.
such
Yep,
a
that's
okay,
right.
writers. That's such a random little thing to do. Okay, cool.
Yes, that's right. I think in Mommy Meanest, which is of course a hilarious name.
That's the name of the Lifetime version?
Yeah, Mommy Meanest.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe that in Mommy Meanest, she's a choir teacher. I think that's. I think that's the edge. I think if I recall correctly. But they made the daughter a little bit more of a goody two shoes versus Lauren in real life seemed like just a sweet, like popular girl, kind of like athlete and nice. In the documentary, they made her a little bit more.
I mean, in the Lifetime.
Studious?
I mean, in the Lifetime movie, yeah, a little more studious.
Sort of like, are we going like
I don't know.
Reese Witherspoon election or like what's her name? Say it.
Maybe not as cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you know what? Like, her characterization is more like, this is so random, like Eliza in Hamilton. Do you know what I mean? Where she's kind of like
Hi.
There's like the sexier hots and the like, hi,
And
hello.
I'm
Eliza,
Julie.
please don't. Yeah, like Eliza's like, please wear your sweater. It is cold outside. Please be warm. Please be nice. It's just a little bit nerdy. But anyway,
Got
can't
it.
believe the gays were surprised. Like, how is this story? Because it's so juicy. But I love when a Netflix documentary comes out and it's news to the world. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe it. They were using steroids in the Olympics.
How could I?
They're so surprised.
know.
Wait, not to go back to not undercover. What's it called?
Unwanted number.
Unknown caller.
Unknown
number.
caller. Unknown number.
number.
Unknown number. Okay, so we're going back to unknown number.
Unknown number.
It sparked an interesting thing. Unknown number. When we were texting back and forth about it, I'm talking like Jessica Simpson today. When we were going back and forth about it, we were talking about. It brought up something that has come up before in our group chat, in our conversations, but I think that it's an interesting topic worth exploring. What I did love about this documentary is it did a really good job of exposing how cyberbullying and stalking and how present we are in each other's lives has changed so much because of social media, because of our iPhones, because of everything, right? That's happened since Facebook hit the scene. And it's not only changed how informed we are about each other, how easy it is for us to know about each other's lives, but it's also changed how people can literally stalk.
Yeah.
Yes, there are the more toxic, dangerous forms of stalking when, someone
you're
shows
getting
up and
texts
you're
from
in your
an unknown-
house.
Yeah.
But now you can stalk from across the country. That is a form of unhealthy obsession with someone too, right?
And
And so now stalking is a very, very serious thing, but we joke about it, like, okay, oh my God, I'm her stalker. I stalk this person.
don't talk about me like I'm not
bit.
here, Juan.
Yeah, lurking.
Yeah.
We're all lurking on each
We're
other's
all lurking.
page.
Yeah.
We all are lurking.
I'm on the Finsta so that I can look at my ex's thing and
Ooh, exactly, all of that. And Ian brought up that he has this technique that if something is too tempting to look at, if there's too much lurking happening on, you'll mute them, right?
By my own device. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. In order to not become Kendra, you stop yourself short of that by muting them.
Yeah, I really do think I have I can be obsessive about things. I mean, I'm not kidding. I listened to Golden, the song from K-pop Demon Hunter. It has been on repeat for the last 24. I'm talking like I'm playing it. It's just on repeat because I love it so much and I can get obsessed, right? And so I'm just scared to fall in love too much with people who I can't have. So I mute them. It's just a way because social media, you can get such instant gratification. It's literally built to keep you on it. We've talked about this so much that I try to curb that a little bit, and some might say it's my own form of insanity, but I think it helps me it helps me feel like I'm in somewhat of control, because otherwise it'd be like, whoop, I'm off to the races. I'm just sending dick pics everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, or not even that, but just like, I just don't want to see you happy all the time. I want to see you happy some of the time, sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Which is why I say it's part. I'm the one that said it was part of his insanity, by the way. It's not necessarily.
No.
Ian's just like the placeholder for this kind of like thing I feel. The other day I was watching someone say like, if someone makes you feel bad about yourself, you should unfollow them. And I'm like, what the fuck do I look like unfollowing a bitch? What the fuck do I look like thinking somebody's going to make me feel a certain way about myself when they're just existing? What does that say about me that I can't look at a bitch online and be like, oh, I have to unfollow them. They make me feel so bad about myself. Get up, like.
And then what? Endure the follow?
I'm saying if someone existing makes you feel a certain way about yourself, okay? They're not going out of their way to be like, look at my beautiful life, look at my abs, look at my then the call is unfortunately coming from inside the house, because it is our duty to take care of our mental health. And yes, there is something to be said. If I don't want to fucking feel like shit, I'm not going to keep chips in the house. I don't want to eat chips, because if I have chips in the house, I have a hard time not eating them.
that.
It's exactly that.
It is that, and we all have our chips. I have my literal chips. I can't have a bag of chips because that thing will be gone in a day. But that's also my fault. I have the control to say, you know what? The chips are in that cupboard, and I'm not going to go there because I know it's going to make me feel bad about myself. I have the power. And I think that's what a lot of people, they're like, I'm going to unfollow. Like, I've had people unfollow me and tell me to my face, I had to unfollow you because I was feeling bad about myself. I said, I had no idea that you were going through that. And I was the villain in that story, So I'm saying there's a little bit of a fix by not having the chips in the house.
Yeah.
But you're not fixing it if you can't have chips in the house. If that makes sense.
Actually, yes, I know what you mean. It's funny, since we started talking about this on the thread, I have thought about like what you're saying, like how much of it is like not in theory, but like sort of practically. It's like I'm just not keeping sugar in the house. I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can.
Right. There's knowing that you have the thing, and that's the thing with like therapy. Like, everything is a choice. So some days I will choose to pick up the chips and fucking gorge, and that'll make me feel good in that second. Or I will send the dick pic and jerk off, and I will feel good in that second. Overall, I probably won't feel good. But that's the thing. I don't love when people are so hard on themselves because they have a day where they indulge or they feel envy, or like, we're human beings. Like, one thing I am constantly working on in therapy is to stop trying to get away from all of these feelings that are very natural and very real, because we're always trying to like chase this higher vibration of like, I can be above this, I can be better than this.
By avoiding
what if you're not? What if because you're not better than it? What if because seeing someone online makes you feel bad about yourself? Maybe that is what makes you alive. Maybe that is what makes your tapestry so colorful. And I'm not saying that you should be obsessive, but you're a human being.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know. I was joking about that, but sort of exaggerating. But I agree with what you're saying. The idea that like, can you learn to live with, it's like both.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the older version of this, like before like muting was really even a thing, before you could really do that with a lot of nuance, mute someone's story, block them from your story, do all of that micro shifts. It would be delete the app. I'm deleting the app.
Right.
I'm deleting the app off my phone, and I was very much against that. I remember people who used to be with Grindr, especially, like, I'm deleting Grindr off of my phone. Okay, but the App Store is like open, right? If the App Store is open 24 hours a day, you know that, right? You're gonna open it, right? It's gonna happen. I mean, yeah, you're adding a little bit of friction. Sure,
right.
You are adding friction, but like it's still there, and the Wi-Fi is still a-going.
Yeah.
So that was the early version of that, and then we have now more nuance. We have more nuance now at our disposal. We can block individual people. We can mute accounts that disturb us. And you should do that. I think that's the common kind of hot take. Like, if it's not suiting you or if it's not bringing you joy, get rid of it. Marie Kondo style, right? But I think that there has to be a little bit of a negotiation between keeping it on your phone, leaving them unblocked, leaving them unmuted so you can see their asses whenever you want, and deleting it and blocking it and muting it. Right. There has to be, because, there's a guy, his account is, I don't know his name. It's at Kidsway, like KYDSWAY. He's so cute. He's totally tattooed. Like, he's like blackout tattooed up to here, and he's got like, his eyes are tattooed. It's intense, but he's beautiful. And he's an alcoholic. And he makes the cocktails that he's not an alcoholic. He didn't go to recovery because, like, one day he had to. He was like, I want to stop drinking. His liver failed. He's in his early 20s.
Right.
And his liver failed. He had to stop drinking to stay alive. and he
Right.
sits in his car, right? He sits in his car with his tattoos, and he'll make the cocktails he used to make for himself. Deranged cocktails. Take out a Sunny D, pour out half of the Sunny D, pour in an entire bottle of Crown Royal, add to a Monster. I mean, the most insane drinks you've ever seen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then he pours them, he shakes it, and then he pours it into a big gulp with ice.
Mm-hmm.
He goes like this. It makes me cry every time. He goes like this. He smells it. The longing is so pure. He opens the car door and he pours it out.
Wow.
Every time. It's his gimmick. And it's under the guise of like, hey, this is the crazy shit I used to do. And like, also, these are fun cocktails. If you still drink, you should make these. Like, if you can drink, right? Like, it's also that.
Yeah.
He's also like giving these recipes. But there's something really healing about watching him exist with the poison.
Yes.
Coexist.
And thanking it almost for like, thank you for being in my life, poison.
Yes.
And yet not poisoning
Succumbing
me still.
to it. Yeah.
Correct.
Succumbing
I think
to it.
that's the part that for me is important, because I think especially with like online fodder, like, you know, when people are like, I can't text you back because I actually don't owe you a text back. And it's like, yes, and we do have some rules that we've created as society that we do have to factor in other people's feelings when it comes to, you know what I mean? That's how I feel sometimes when people are like, I'm just going to delete everyone that makes me feel bad about myself. I'm like, okay, but where do you come into the equation? And I think that's the thing that makes Ian different for me in my head, is that you're in on the joke of the muting thing. You know that it's something that you don't necessarily want to do, but you do it in order to alleviate some tension in the brain, you know?
Well, because it's
you
a
know
lot.
that at some point, maybe you, with some people, like this week, it might be Joe Schmo that you saw at a party in Brooklyn. You're like, I just can't with that one. And then a year later, he means nothing to you. And all of a sudden it's, you know, someone else. Or with me, it's like Chips this week. And then next week it's Ben and Jerry's. I can't have it. And the thing, you know, we all have our things that we have to live with.
That was so Joy Behar all of a sudden. You were like, it's just this week. It's Ben and Jerry's next week.
For me, it was the lilt on it.
But
Was
that's the
very
thing, that if I'm obsessed with something, it's obsessed with a food or a thing. I like, that is my...
I thought you were going to say it.
That made me feel so good, even if it doesn't. But sometimes that's okay if it, you know, that's also when I have to check myself and I'm like, what, girl, you enjoyed some ice cream. What are you going through? That's the old stuff coming back up.
Yes.
You know, you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you look like Linda Evangelista, da 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 da. But that's my problem there's two parts of the dance. Yes, the person's on Instagram making you feel bad about yourself by just existing, but you're also wielding that knife as well, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
They're sharpening it and you're going like, you know?
Yes. I would just add that, you know, there's this hot take. I don't have the facts or whatever, but you know, it's this thing that people say. I love things that people say, you know, like that they just become sound bites. And one of those things is, you know, a couple thousand years ago, our brains were not built for that. We were, you gotta fight, gotta flight. We just had to deal with, can I keep my tent safe? Is my baby safe? And now we've got all these other things to deal with. Yes, you got all these other things to deal with. So catch the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Your prehistoric brain and all that is living in these historic times. So what's going to change? We're never going back to the caves. Okay, I'm not going back to the caves
at this point. We might.
Well, those are the camps, not the caves. Those are the camps.
Oh my god.
So listen, we're not going back to the caves.
You ate that.
That brain situation of like just fight or flight. That's not happening anymore. We have to deal with so many more things. You're right. We're meant to only know 34 people and only interact with 34 people and not 34,000. But you know what? You've got 38,000 to deal with. So at some point, your brain, we need to realize that we are not in normal times and we have to learn to negotiate with the beast that exists. And I think that perhaps too much of an avoidance, I'm blocking. I'm this. The app. This doesn't allow for you to be realistic with what's going on. It is too long of a life on this earth in Beyonce. What did they say in Beyonce Knowles' America? It is too difficult to say I'm not gonna. I don't at all, because guess what? You're gonna have a kid, and you're gonna want to post on Instagram, and you're gonna want to, and that is not really a thing that you can do. So, like Kid's Way, occasionally you just gotta thank it and say, okay, how am I gonna live with these temptations and these things around me?
That's when, like, when I go on my 500th social media cleanse of the year, I also, because I also have my things that I'm like, gotta get rid of it. It's usually it usually happens in times of when I feel like it's really overtaking my days, where I'm like, where I'm really, really feeling bad. And I'm finding it's harder to have that conversation with myself where it's like, self, don't have that thought. It's like, it's kind of overwhelming. So I say things like, I'm going to take it off of my phone so that I am forced to do something else, to think about other things, to read other books, to do that. And then I get back on. And it feels healthy and it feels normal. And then, a couple months go by and I'm like, wow, I'm really feeling bad again. Yeah. And there's other factors that happen in our lives that lead us to feel these ways. But it is one of those things. It's like, you have to check in with yourself and know when, like, you didn't really need to, or you really needed to. Like, blocking an ex that you were with for a long time and you still haven't healed from that, 100%. Blocking the guy that you see at Equinox because he's fucking hot, I don't know. Maybe it's super chaotic. Maybe it's not chaotic enough. Only what your threshold is for using those buttons and those things.
Do you guys want to hear something crazy I did last month that someone was like, you're nuts and you're lucky you're attractive and you can kind of get away with it? You want me to tell you?
Tell us, Mama.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal, actually.
Thanks for spilling.
In the eyes of this person, all of a sudden I was like, it's been working for me, but noted. Okay, so there's a guy who I met in LA when I was there on my sojourn for 3 months in the winter, and we met
Jeff Goldblum.
We saw each other. I would marry him in 2 seconds.
Me too.
We saw each other at the gym, blah, blah, blah. Like, and he saw me at a Trader Joe's like a month later, and he was like, oh, I'm literally standing in line at the cashier, and I hear someone from the back, haven't seen you at the gym in a while. And I turn around, and it's this person, and I'm like, oh, like, hi, thank you. And I've been kind of proud that I haven't, like, gone after this person just because you can't have everything. You know what I mean? And so we like interact there. We exchange phone numbers because I like doing that. I like to do. So we exchange phone numbers. We go to we have dinner. We have a really fun night. Actually, we don't have sex, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, or great if I did, whatever. So, and then some time goes by. I leave LA, and I on purpose don't follow him because I don't really know him. And to follow this person who I also really liked and was like, oh, I'm sad I didn't get to see more of you, and was feeling a little like we were lacking in, like, there was a moment we were supposed to like do something and it didn't happen. I just thought, you know what? I just met you. I'm going to leave you as a missed connection on purpose in that way, kind of. And I have your phone number.
Yeah.
And so, like, I come back for the summer. We're hanging out. Like, I'm living my life over here, blah, 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 blah. But then occasionally when we talk, it is via DMing online on Insta, but no follow. And then at one point he was like, oh my God, it's the guy who doesn't follow me, but thinks of me. And I was like, LOL. Yeah. Like, I didn't actually explain why or whatever. And he was like, it's fine. I'm sure there's a reason or something like that. But he clocked the, like, that's odd to me, but he also didn't follow me back. And so this sort of gave me sexiness.
You have the upper
that had
hand
been
on the following.
Who does?
You do.
Oh, I guess it's like not about that, right? It really, at the end of the day, it was
I know
this,
it's not. Yeah.
It was this, and again, I know it might sound like, okay, yeah, I'll go to therapy and figure this out. But then we see each other. Point is, like, on this last trip to LA, and we hang out actually like a couple times, and I think he's so sweet and dreamy, and he's just such a beautiful boy. and we see each other at a party, and we're hanging out pretty much the whole time. And someone is sitting next to us and is like, "Are you guys dating?" And we're like, "No." But we do kind of look at each other, and he plays along with the sort of Carrie Bradshaw like big moment that I created in that I summoned in my eyes, which I liked. I like someone who'll play along and like play along with the bits. And they were like, "Okay, cool, fine." And
I could see Ian's face going like this. You know which one I'm
no.
talking about?
Sorry. I was like, I do know that face. Yeah,
I do know.
Yeah.
Are we I just want people to be able to like do me. Like you're like, oh, I can do an Ian. Anyway, so we're standing there, and he's like, yeah, and he goes to the front. He's like, yeah, we're not dating or something, but like he doesn't follow me either. And then the boy was like, oh, like, what do you mean? Like, why don't you follow? It's like, and then I kind of gave a little of the explanation around like, we chat, we're kind of hanging out right now, but like, yeah, I just don't follow him. And he's like, why? And I explained why. I was like, because I said in this moment, I was like, because I liked him when I met him, and I didn't want to be reminded of this person that I had just liked. And like, now all of a sudden I have to see your everyday life. And for what? Like, to keep up with, I was like, let's just have it so that when we see each other next, we start from there. And this person wasn't having it. This person was like, you're crazy. Like, and then he's like, but so how do you keep in touch? And then boy was like, well, he DMs me on Insta. He's like, so you don't follow him on Instagram, but you have his phone number, which you don't use. I'm like, sometimes I do, but mostly it's over here because of the obvious reason. Sort of a disappearing message situation. And then he was like, so then you use it for that, but then you don't follow him. So you're talking to someone via DM who you think about and you don't follow. I was like, yes, Rose, I designed this. Correct. And he was like, that is ludicrous. He looked at me like I was a sociopath.
I don't think it's quite as ludicrous as the.
I didn't think so either.
I think we're handing out. I mean, listen, I think it's considered.
Is
it would
that
be considered
local?
ludicrous if, like, especially. I think it would be loco if it was like you refusing to follow him and stuff. But it's like, listen, we're courting. I actually think that as free willy-nilly as I am with social media and believer in just, be there, hang out where you want to be, don't be where you don't want to be, whatever. I can be a little bit of an anarchist when it comes to that. I will say, I think we offer follows a little bit too soon. Like, you meet someone at a party and it's like, especially not, you have thousands of people you follow, whatever else. But if you're like a private person, like a person who works at a bank, you've got 1,000 followers and you follow 800, and you meet a person and you're just like, follow. No, you don't have to follow everybody. You don't have to follow this lady you met at a bar. Now you're following each other forever, just in this
So then unfollow
death
them.
spiral.
So then unfollow if it's
But then that's kind of hostile.
Right.
But it is, Johnny. You know it is. It is right.
I see what the person means in that you're talking to me. Like, I could understand if you don't follow me, you don't want to see me because you built this thing in your head of me and you don't want to like muddy the waters of that. Totally. But you are coming to my page to talk to me. So might as well follow me, bitch. You're going to mute me anyway. But Ian does that. Ian doesn't only do that to suitors. Ian does that to people he meets, and he won't follow certain people. People have said, "Oh, Ian doesn't follow me."
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Really?
I am very
I don't understand.
ADD.
We've met like a bunch of times. I'm like, I don't know, girl. She's specific.
No, but also it's like it's so not a thing. Like, I don't know who that is, and I'm sorry to this man or they or woman, but like
I've heard it from multiple people though. That's
I know.
big.
No, you guys, it's like this is why I'm not the best influencer. Like, I'm just like not I'm just not good at it. I'm
But
not
it's
really
that-
good
but
at it.
You do follow people that you don't know. It's no shade.
Yeah,
so when
no.
when you don't follow people you do know and have met IRL, that's when it feels like, okay, so what is the rule?
Okay, so let's paint this picture, because I know what you mean, but it's also like they, them,
Right.
man or woman who spoke and / whoever else, this laundry list. Like, I'm so sorry, but so we meet
Right.
and then like you go home. That's cool. You remembered me, and you of course, like, yeah, come follow me. Like, I was amazing when I met you, I'm sure.
But if they follow you, you don't follow them back?
I don't check the follows.
Girl.
I don't. I'm looking at, this is crazy, but like I'm looking at people I already follow, or I'm looking at my notifications of like engagement on a post. I'm like, did you go
Or it's better yet, you check the follows of those who you'd want to, who you want to make sure are following.
That is, yeah, that's exactly that too.
That's a more accurate. That's a more accuracy, but it's okay. That's all right.
But to be clear, I really do.
Take me back to the caves.
I have a problem with procrastination. No, with focus. So like truly it will happen. And then if I'm on my man mission, then I met that one person, blah, 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 I'll look for that. Sure.
So
but
you don't withhold a follow because you feel like it's a bargaining chip.
No. Oh my God. Not at all.
No.
It's truly,
because that's how it comes off to some people.
I know. And that is not my problem.
But are they
what
people
they
that he's
think of me is
attracted
not
to?
my problem. Wait, what?
But
What?
are they like it's people who he's had an entanglement with, like a romantic
I don't know.
entanglement?
No,
or
I'm
just
saying
a
in
person?
theory, it could come across as, oh, she thinks she's too good, but she
Yeah,
will
no,
message
and
me,
I-
but she won't
and-
follow me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, well now I need to know who that is.
That adds a
No,
little
that is
layer.
literally what just happened with the man.
Oh, so
Oh.
it's the same. I wasn't sure if it was just like a person
No.
who he met. Like, you know what I mean?
Sorry, no, Juan. We're getting conflated here. So Johnny is quoting me being like, well, if you do that, I'm like, no. I did that with this person,
Correct.
only specifically
Yeah,
with him because I really
and I'm
liked
speaking
him.
to how he probably feels. It's like, oh, she's good enough to text as if I'm some side bitch, but she won't follow me like I'm a
is
normal
that how it
human
can come
being.
across?
I think
Yes!
that's how it's coming across.
To him, no, I'm not
To
talking about these
him.
other stranger laundry lists. I'm so sorry. I'm talking about this
No,
person.
to
You're talking
him.
about with
No,
this
I'm
person.
talking about this man. This man,
you know-
you gave us the evidence for that, and I could see
Yeah.
why he's like, okay, girl, whatever you have to tell yourself. Like,
I'm sure there's a
That's-
story.
there's the story. We're all creating a story. You create
Yeah,
stories
yeah,
about men
yeah.
that do certain things that might be their little thing that they have
Yeah.
that they don't
Right.
do
But-
certain things. You know what
But
I mean?
I'm
We're all
quoting
creating
him.
stories.
Didn't he say that to you? I'm sure there's a reason.
Yeah. Via text, he was like, I'm sure there's a reason.
You know,
it's
he
fine.
must be hot as hell. That's a very confident person. He must have a huge cock too, and a nice car. I know he's got everything he needs. Because for a person to say that, do you, baby? Get down here, suck this dick.
Oh, wait, Juan, I can't. Sorry, Juan, I couldn't hear you. What did you say? Oh, sorry. Okay, we're back. I was having a weird thing in los oídos.
Oh my goodness.
No oigo nada.
Well,
Wow.
but here nor there, he must be good looking, honey. I'm sweating. You know,
If he wasn't good looking, she wouldn't be doing all those commotions. I'll tell you that.
your commotions.
And here's the thing. You know what's interesting and kind of beautiful about it, and we'll end on me, is that I got back to LA and we still hung out, and it's like, it's lovely. Like it's been nice, and it's that moment with the third person at the pool was like hilarious. But
Yeah.
like we just still, he's like, I get it. Like I also love that he was like, wait, so explain it to me then now as well. Like, and when I said, I was like, this person I liked, and I kind of looked at him, and he was just like I had never said that to him. Like I wasn't like, there was a boy I liked. I was being vulnerable with the third person. It's easier to talk to you by talking to you. You know what I mean? So I said that, and like he liked that, and he got it. He was like, I understand like why you are framing it the way you're framing it. And it was sweet because I
Sure.
am showing him a little bit of like me, like that's just a thing I'm doing so that I don't, I don't know, blow it up or not, or and it's like when my thing is after you get what you want, you don't want it. You know what I mean? If I gave you
wow.
the moon,
Yeah.
you'd be bored with it soon. Like, come on. So I
So
really,
it is a little withholding in order to enjoy the mystery of what
it's in
we
order
could
to
be.
enjoy them. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
for
yeah.
them.
It's all for them. Yeah.
That's the name of my book.
Right,
That's very
right,
Juan.
right.
It's all for, like the way I'm doing this right now. It's very that. It's like I'm doing this all for you, for
Right.
us, for them.
And this is exactly what Kendra Lakari was trying to say when she. Just kidding.
What did I clearly say? People should listen.
I will say
Don't you know
what
what's
I've learned
out
in this
there in the
episode is that
world,
we
man?
all have a little bit of Kendra Lakari in us.
We do.
Maybe we. Maybe not as crazy as she is, but
Actually, have you guys ever been? What's the stalkeriest you've ever been?
Stalkery?
The most stalkery thing I've ever done.
I think probably just like lurking on someone's page from another account.
I know the Finsta. That's
Because I didn't want them to see that I watched their story or whatnot.
I'm more of a classic kind of lurker. Like I'm like, oh, I feel like I saw him there.
IRL.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I saw him there Saturday at Greenwich at noon. So like, I'll just show up at Saturday at Greenwich at noon also.
Oh,
Sort of a classic like, oh my God.
Oh, meet
you go
cute.
here?
Whoops. That's actually the start of a really scary movie.
Hence why I don't start my scary movies, if you get what I mean. You know what I mean?
oh my gosh, you come here too?
Oh,
I had no idea you'd be here at 3:00 on the dumbbells. What a curious commotion.
And anyone who says they don't kind of do that is, I hope
Yeah,
that
of
on this
course.
podcast we've given you permission to be your socially acceptable, lurkiest stalker. Truly, I mean that.
yeah.
What about you,
Yeah.
Juan?
You know, that's a really good question. I am a lurker for sure, but I'm kind of an equal opportunity lurker. I look for many things. I look for boys that I find attractive. I'm a big lurker for fashion and things, items. A lot of my online lurking and stalking is for fashion and designer goods. I have to admit, I hate to admit that, and wealth. That's my Achilles heel.
You say wealth?
Yes, like lurking for people who have a lot of money and looking at the things they buy and new bags and the new Birkins and this. I have all these Cuban and these Dominican influencers that I follow. You know, it's
you've sent me some
immigration.
of them.
It's immigrant crap. You know, you come to this country that want to like look nice. So, and Dominicans and Cubans, we're the worst. Cubans are the worst for that. You know, we love to put it on. That's the second time I mentioned that.
Imagine being both.
Exactly. Te jodiste, coño. As Johnny is both. He's both gay and blind. But I will say, like, the other maybe stalkery thing, lurkery thing is like back in the day when like Grindr first started. You would like check it. You would get close to where you had met someone before and open it to see if they were back on there. So that was kind of lockery.
Right.
That was
Very misconnections of
yeah,
of
I would
today.
do that. I would do that. You know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, listeners, why don't you write in and tell us the stalkeriest thing you've done? I hope it doesn't start a Netflix documentary out of it, but
But if
we'd
it
love to
did,
hear.
and they had to, but then all of a sudden they have to include us, we get money off of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You know, I think we would get some money. Hopefully. We need money. One thing I would like to ask the milkers is, do they think that Lauren should keep a relationship at all with her mother, Kendra? Or if it should be like, no, mom. Or if her mom is sick and her mom needs help, and you know what? We only got one mother. You only got one family in this life, and let me see if I can help her. Or is it just like, enough? All right, enough. So be it. So be it then. I'm wicked through and through. You know, I don't know. I don't know the
interesting.
answer. I think I know my answer to that, but
Right. Well,
Wow.
Wonderful.
I can't wait to
There you
hear
go.
what you all think, milkers. Bueno,
thanks for tuning in.
hasta la próxima.
los quiero mucho. Bye.
Bye.
Qué rico.